everybody. Welcome to The Lobby, GameSpot's weekly video game chat 'em up show every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Pacific. I'm your host today, Chris Waters, standing in for Danny O'Dwyer, who's off, as I said, in a magical land of barbecue and flatness, Kansas. Joining me on the couch today, Kevin Van Ord. Hi.
Hi.
Kevin, you ever been to Kansas?
I've never been to Kansas, although I do have a state of Kansas Jello mold. So,
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Is that just like a real basic rectangle with like one dented side?
Yeah, I think all Jello molds.
Thanks for explaining the joke, Chris.
That's what I'm here for. Justin Haywald, hi.
How's it going?
It's good. I have great Middle America jokes, apparently. Van Ord.
What?
It's
No,
good. It's
no.
going well. 2 days to Thanksgiving. Danny is
And
off
that's why Danny's out.
there. Are you guys traveling for the holiday? Thanksgiving is a big holiday in America. There's turkey, there's eating, there's feasting. Sometimes travel, sometimes not.
It's not as big as Christmas, though. Christmas is the one where I'm going to be traveling. Thanksgiving is when I'm going to stay home and eat lots of turkey with friends.
And play video games?
Play video games. Some Smash.
I love video games.
Lots of Smash. What's your video game over break, Kevin?
Oh gosh, you know, it sort of depends on whether I want to do something new or whether I want to go back. I kind of want to go back to and play more Dragon Age Inquisition. Like I'm now in the post-game kind of exploration. And so there's still lots of stuff that
Just going to like help out
I want to
farmers
do.
who
Yeah.
Is that a good
lost
weekend
their
game?
buffaloes.
Would I be able to play a little bit this weekend or over the break and be enough with it? Like, be done?
No. No, you don't play just a little Dragon Age. Nobody does that.
I have played a little, and I'm just itching to play more, like all the time. I have tried creams. No dice. Doesn't work out. We're going to start off playing a game on the show.
Whoa!
Kevin, it's Geometry
Dropping the
Wars
truth
Cubed
bombs.
Dimensions.
Yeah, it's Geometry Wars to the third power.
The
Geometry
third
Wars
power.
Try.
Clearly demonstrated here.
So, what?
You've been playing this game a lot. You've been
I've been
playing this
game
so much.
A lot.
You
And-
went to the emergency room.
No, I didn't go to the emergency room.
thought about going to the
I
emergency
thought
room.
about going to the emergency room. So the camera doesn't really show it. So the first night I started playing, so Saturday is when I started playing. So that Saturday night, I played for like 6 hours in a row. And
Of
I didn't even
Geometry
know
Wars?
of Geometry Wars. So I didn't even
Holy
know that I was
crap.
playing that much Geometry
That's
Wars.
that
Like
seems
literally it started at 8 o'clock and then I realized what time it was at like 2:15.
So that
And a
was
lot of
good?
this was spent trying to one-up high score, Arthur Gee's high scores, Arthur Gee's being a colleague at Polygon.
So you were
And
okay.
so
Were you
anyway,
successful at least? Did you one-up him?
it was about half and half at that point. My problem though is that my right thumb, at some point I just started like tensing so hard when pressing the right thumbstick that my thumb actually swelled up to like the pad swelled up to twice its normal size
Ew.
or so, and
Ugh.
it felt really gross to the touch, and it was sort of it hurt, but it was also sort of numb and kind of black and blue.
Was there not a point before that where you were
What?
like, maybe I should stop?
Gosh,
No,
my
it's
thumb
fine.
is starting to get a little tingly.
I really wasn't noticing until it just sort of I noticed. It's like sometimes you don't realize you have to pee.
Okay.
Until you just have to
Until-
really go.
Holy crap.
And this was like the peeing of the thumb. It
So-
was
So
it
did
really.
you-
So I went
you-
to bed. I didn't do anything with
You
it that
didn't thumb
night.
pee that
No,
night?
I didn't thumb pee that
No,
night. So
okay,
I went to
good.
bed.
I don't know what
I
that
got up in the morning and it was exactly the same. It hadn't gone down.
Did you try, like, ice
was
it or
still
something?
just I had taken ibuprofen the night before so that I could sleep and it wasn't too sore.
Mm-hmm.
So I got up. And I ended up putting it on ice, and the ice, I almost went to see the doctor because I was really worried. What if I have a thumb infection? And that's a thing. Did you know there's such a thing as a thumb infection?
I just assume there's an everything infection.
So I was like, do I have an abscess inside my thumb? And it was, no, it got really swelled up and gross.
Are your thumbs back in fighting form right now?
My right thumb still is
Can we get a side by side?
sore.
Let's just-
You can't really tell now.
Good. There's no oozing pus. There's no
no
gross
oozing
hole.
pus.
Which means you're good to go. Geometry Wars
Excuse me while I
3
pop my
Dimensions has caused Kevin no shortage of personal injury.
And then I did the same thing Sunday night.
But
And then I
obviously,
did the
it's
same thing last night.
you have a s-
I can't stop.
Where's your survival instinct, man?
I need to be doing other stuff. But the good news is I finished Bayonetta 2 on Friday night. So
which was
So
why
I
is that
wasn't
good news?
just
I don't
Geometry
understand.
Wars.
Okay, you
3.
have some diversity in your self-flagellation.
You had to break up the-
But the
it's
good
thing
to
is, I never
diversify.
did finish adventure mode. So let's see what happens if I like pick up where I've left off.
Sure, yeah. That
you
usually
mention what-
works out well in these games that sort of build to a very difficult climax.
So Geometry Wars 3 is somewhat different than 2 in the sense that it has this progression, and you go through and you start unlocking stuff. You unlock like these little, more or less like little turrets that move along with you and do certain things, like they shield you or they do extra fire.
Okay.
And you also have like, so here you'll see. So we'll go ahead and do this thing that I haven't completed yet. So you select, these are drones. So the ones that I've unlocked, I haven't unlocked, no, I guess I have unlocked them all. So this one attacks, that just adds some extra
is it
firepower
because
to you.
it says attack?
It says attack, yes.
Yeah, got it.
Collect picks up the little green geo things that drop. You
I
need
would choose
those
that one
because-
every time.
Yeah, but sometimes you think that, but no, not always.
Fair enough.
Ram,
Summons
that
a
one
ram.
goes around and just rams into stuff.
All right, Justin, what do you think this next one does?
That
I
opens
hate
up
you
Call
all.
of Duty,
I hate
Advanced
all
Warfare,
of you.
and you
I
start to
hate
play a
all
sniper
of you.
mission.
It snaps Call
And
of Duty.
Mr. Explain the Joke has no room to talk about my over-explaining. Snipe, snipes, defend, defends. All right, so whatever. So
Turret.
this is what I haven't unlocked all of these. So I have one last one, which is clone. I'm guessing that that's a clone.
And these are your superpowers.
These are like supers, yeah. So depending on the stage, you get to set off these. Usually it's just once, but sometimes a couple times, 2 times, 3 times. So mine are just sets mines as you go that end up being little pluses, and you can guess what that does. Homing, black hole. What black hole is actually interesting because like around your ship, it just pulses, and you kill stuff that way. And a turret, like, yeah, that's a turret.
Pew pew pew. Let's get to pew pewing.
So let's choose minor, maybe. So I haven't completed the stage, so we'll see what happens.
Overall, you seem to be enjoying the game. You've played it so much that you're causing yourself physical harm.
Yeah, I like the game a lot.
Always a good sign.
It is kind of an indicator of some of my bad gaming habits in the sense that I tend to grip when I'm tense. I tend to grip controllers a little too hard. And when I play Geometry Wars 2, I tend to get myself stuck in corners. I'm not the best player, but I'm obstinate.
All right, so we see you flying around here. We've got your little familiar in the back, just sort of blasting generally in the same direction.
Yeah,
you're
he just
blasting?
blasts in the same direction I do.
Now, do you?
Oh crap! God damn it! I only have 3 lives in this particular mode, in this particular stage. Like everything's a different stage. It's not an unlimited number of like stage designs, but hello, that's lovely.
So how does this game stack up to? It doesn't look significantly different than previous Geometry
This
Wars.
one does not. I'll try to go on to another one. So this basically is a power-up thing. Like that's how you get power-ups.
golden,
Is you shoot that
shining
thing
like
up.
the sun.
So that one basically just is like a healing one that keeps me nice and healthy and shielded during that particular amount of time. So, crap! I'm not good at talking and playing at the same time. I'm sorry.
Is there anything that it feels like it needed to be on a next-gen console for?
It's not really.
I mean,
it's,
Geometry Wars 2 Retro Evolved even looked really slick on the Xbox 360.
yeah, I mean, this
right?
has a lot of those, of really cool effects, particularly when I'll unlock a more interesting and unusual looking stage after this one because I'm surely gonna die any minute.
You got chomped.
So yeah, I wasn't surprised by that. That's what I get for doing something new on camera.
Yeah, I mean, these are the
let's
kind
go
of
to
games
a
you
s-
want to get into the groove with and sort of get your focuses dialed in, get your thumbs swollen up, and like really start to excel.
So here's here's one. I think this takes place on a globe. So let's take a look at this one.
Right,
So it's
because
not just flat fields
it's
anymore.
dimensions.
Yeah,
Kevin.
get it? See?
Oh,
It's
look,
dimensions.
your Mario Galaxy.
Yeah, this is Mario Galaxy.
Geometry Wars.
Can you jump to different planets?
No. And this one's interesting because those little ones,
Break
Don't
into
give-
other little ones.
well,
Don't give you the multipliers.
They don't give you multipliers exactly. So to get multipliers, you have to break down the bigger ones.
It looks
which
like
leave
your
behind
the
geodes.
beams you're shooting out have gotten significantly more
Yeah,
intense.
it's because I got
'cause
the
you-
super.
I see. You'll
So
go.
here's. Oh, that was a waste.
Are you rocking the
panicked.
mine as your?
Yeah, I did rock the mine. I'll set that off right now.
Do you find that they're okay? So it's just leaving them behind you as
Yeah,
you go.
it leaves as I go.
Do you have you found that there are levels that a certain loadout will be better for,
Yes,
and like you like
absolutely.
totally can't excel
Absolutely.
with the given thing, but if you bring this one along, you're gonna do much better.
Absolutely.
They're closing in from all sides, Kevin.
I know, right?
It's like a spreading virus around this globe.
Let's try a different one so I can show. Oh, see, there's Arthur. He
has a good
he's,
score.
He's leading on that one. All right, let's. Oh, Titan is actually really an interesting mode. Let's see what's going on here.
Titan's Revenge. So is this the name of the stage, or is it
It's
like
the
a
name of the
particular?
stage is Titan's Revenge.
Okay.
But Titan is the name of the boat. So what this does, and here's a pill. So what this one does is it's sort of like the old arcade asteroids where they break apart into
Yep.
smaller pieces. This is an interesting one because sometimes like getting a power up or using your super isn't actually the best course of action because sometimes you make things worse because you just end up breaking up bigger stuff. And then having a stream of small things coming your
just
way.
overwhelm you.
Yes.
So how's the story?
Well,
What
probably
is it
not
ge-
as good as Geometry Wars 1.
Yeah,
but
how's
really,
the character progression from the last Geometry Wars been here? Where are they taking this tiny little pincher ship?
Well, see, that's interesting because, I mean, this is the first time there's really been
A progression.
this kind of progression in general in Geometry Wars, and I'm of very mixed feelings, and it sort of depends sometimes on the stage. As like there is, you do have all the old stuff from Geometry Wars 2. So if you like, that stuff, if you like the pure competition, you've still got that.
And sorry, speaking of old Geometry Wars, Bob Jones 1980 is just wondering if there's a retro graphics option, real quick.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think there's a retro graphics option, but there is the ability to basically play the original game, right?
Yeah, you've got the old modes. We'll do an old mode after I try to do this pill one more time.
Cool.
There are boss battles in the game as well.
There are boss battle. Oh yeah, let's take a look at the boss battle before I go into one of the retro modes. But even then, the new graphics are still there when you're playing the old stuff, and that's where I'm of several minds. Like they get a little bit carried away sometimes with some of the changes. Like Geometry Wars 2 is one of, like, if there's a game that is close to that's close to perfect, I think there's an argument to be made for Geometry Wars 2 being close to perfect.
High praise.
Yeah, and this game takes, it sort of diminishes some of that pureness.
How come?
For the sake of, well, you've got a progression. For some reason, they built the need for progression, and that's interesting because when you're playing a level, it's not necessarily a level playing field. You don't. The first time you do it, you're not going to have, for example, some of the options you have later.
Yeah, so it's like you can't do your best on the first time through, not just because of your own skill barrier, but because of the stuff that's not unlocked.
Exactly. So that kind of sort of defeats some of the fun. But again, you can go back and do the old stuff and have that pure stuff. But what's interesting is most of the visual stuff I would say is not really my favorite.
Like in terms of the effects.
Like
and
it's
whatnot?
not just the effects. I mean, Geometry Wars has. I didn't mean to. I'm so used to just hitting restart when I die. It's weird because now you've got some of these warping effects. Like you've got, even the normal stage. Well, let's do a boss, and then I'll show you one of those stages so you get an idea.
Go
what
to the
I'm
big
talking
square.
about. Let's see what's going on with this boss.
So I saw Interstellar, and part of this, no spoilers for Interstellar, but do you think that playing this game could help you understand extra-dimensional spaces?
No.
Okay.
Are you sure that there's no time dilation, no black holes, no freaky aliens who start shooting at you, no clones?
I'm sure
Only some of those things are in Interstellar. That was my spoiler baffler. I think it was a terrible idea. So this is a boss.
This is a boss. It's the timer means that you need to keep adding to the timer to keep the stage going until you kill the boss.
How do you do that?
The boss has multiple stages, and you basically just move it on by damaging it, like so.
Finding the little niche between his red defendo blocks.
Shit!
Ooh, you got mine.
Do it one more time. Okay, so I'm really potty-mouthed when I play this game, especially when I do something dumb like what you just saw.
I think you've been doing a really good job at keeping it under control.
No, I'm actually doing a really poor job at playing geometry.
This is the one that, like...
Oh, the language,
The
yes.
language, yes,
The
super
one,
under
like,
control.
the next morning, you see your neighbor at the mailbox, and they give you this look, and you're wondering if it's because you were just yelling loud expletives the night before for 6 hours.
I used the F word more last night than I think I've used in ages, and I did it on a live stream while I was streaming the game.
So follow Fiddlecub on Twitch if you're into profane
On
live streaming.
Twitch, I'm Kevin Van Ord, so it's easy to find me there like that.
It's your actual name. All right, we got
Yeah.
some questions, speaking of Twitch, from Twitch and GameSpot. If you folks are watching, join us in the chat and send us those questions. I'll relay them to Kevin. Folks are curious, Bruno BRS among them, about the PC version. Have you played the
No,
PC
this
version?
is the only version we were given in advance, so it's the only version I've played so far. But I will try to check out the PC version.
And this is adventure mode. BZ Plasma is curious about an endless mode or sort
Yep.
of the other modes around.
You've
we
got
talked about
classic
an old
Geometry
mode,
Wars in
yep.
here. So yeah, I'll go and do that as soon as we do this boss
And
thing.
personally, I want to know about pacifism because that was my favorite mode from Geometry Wars 2, which was basically, for those of you who don't know it, you don't shoot at all. It's not a dual stick shooter. It's a like single stick evader. You're basically just cruising around, avoiding hordes of enemies and trying to run through these gates that will explode and destroy them.
Pacifism is here.
Yes.
And all of these things show up in some way in the adventure mode.
Okay.
Like the adventure mode uses all of these modes as like, templates for the different things.
It's kind of the grab bag mode.
Yeah, pretty much.
So like, hey, look at all the stuff we have that you can play individually mode. Like, are all these adventure sort of scenarios broken out into like, there's a boss attack mode, you just fight bosses. There's a
Oops. Oh well.
Titan mode, you just
So that's
do the Titan stuff.
That's a boss. The interesting thing about doing the bosses and trying to get a high score on the bosses is that getting the high score isn't always just a matter of just like blowing through, because sometimes you can actually increase your high score by sticking around and trying to. But it does add
By sort
points.
of drawing out the time.
Yeah, but it does also add points for the time that you have left. So it can be really interesting. Let's head out and go over to one of the classic modes, and I can give you a show here and show you what. So you've got Deadline Classic, which is just score as many points as you can before time runs out.
Yep.
King, I liked King in Geometry Wars 2, but again, I have a problem with some of the visuals. So, but here's pacifism. You want me to do some pacifism?
Yes, please.
It's funny that
like
you're into
pacifism.
pacifism, Chris, as someone who loves shooting things in the face.
Oh, it's so fun to shoot things in video games, Justin. I love it. But
But you
like,
also love not shooting them.
Yes. There's so many experiences one can do in a video games. Shooting, not shooting, other ones.
And technically, you're still exploding crap here.
That's true. So yeah,
I haven't really played much pacifism, so I'm
you're
gonna
trying to get through these
stink
little
really.
barbells.
Oh!
You can't hit the end of the
Yeah,
orange
I'm gonna
barbell.
stink really.
You just
I'm
have
gonna
to
stink really
break
bad
the
because
line.
I haven't been playing any pacifism.
You have to break the line, and that's the only way to cause an explosion and wipe these things off the map, and then get your little multipliers up. This was one of the modes that, when Geometry Wars 2 Retro Evolved was out, became a score attack thing within the GameSpot office.
Yeah, totally.
And
We did a lot of this.
we would come in the next morning gloating or cursing whoever's score was on top. That was like, how did you do that? Sharing strategies, and then so this obviously there's online leaderboards up and down for all this stuff. Almost Swedish is asking on GameSpot.
I'm doing terribly. I don't want to do this on camera.
Do something else. Play another mode.
Let's do
Go
one
to
more.
the old mode.
It's one of those games where like, well,
Here,
I'll
let
just
me
do
play
one more.
it.
Let me
And then,
do one more.
You answer the question of how do you like the music?
I really like the music. It's interesting because it's one of those things where I can see how some people would find it repetitive, but what's interesting, there are a couple spots where I'm like, this sounds like the Miami Vice theme.
The Miami Vice
And I'm
theme?
like, did Jan Hammer write this? And then there are other times where I'm like, hey, this is more like Daft Punk.
Oh, you got a big one, Kevin?
Thank you.
What just happened? You got totally.
Yeah, that was.
worked.
I'm gonna stop because I haven't been playing. So in Waves comes back from Geometry Wars 2 as well. So
Nice.
let's just play some regular Evolved maybe and
Cool.
see how this goes. Yeah.
What is the gamer on Twitch? I got you covered. Does this game? What's the multiplayer like? Because you had mentioned there is online multiplayer that we are going to check out later.
We are going to. I am going to check it out later. I haven't played it yet.
There's
because
local
it wasn't-
multiplayer as well.
Because it wasn't turned
Oh,
on.
yeah?
Yes. So that's why earlier I actually enlisted your help.
Indeed.
Because
We shall be
you and I
playing
are
it
supposed to be playing some multiplayer after the show.
later on. We will play, but during the show, not so much. While you're sort of wrapping up here with your evolved? Is this just called Evolved? This
It's called
mode?
Evolve. Yes.
The Evolve.
Evolve is the game.
Can you play these traditional modes on the new weird shapes, like the sphere, like the pill, like the peanut?
No, all that stuff becomes courtesy of Adventure Mode.
Okay, so all that creative sort of board design or extra dimensional stuff.
Yeah,
is,
as far as I know, there are no options here to like do this, but activate. I mean, but they appear in the Adventure Mode.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can play Evolved Mode on those things as part of Adventure Mode. You just have to go into that menu to do it.
But
Cool.
you can't change the visuals. No matter what, you have the kind of revamped, which you find
Yeah,
a
as
little
far as
off-putting
I
in some
know, we
ways.
can take a look.
Nope,
No.
doesn't look like it.
Yeah, I didn't think that was the case.
What is it about the visuals that make it not feel as
Well,
comfortable?
in if I were to do King Mode, it would be easy to show you this too. Like in King Mode, instead of just simple circles like before, like now it has some it has some depth to it, and that depth is actually very distracting to me. Like there's like even here, like
You mean like this black hole depth kind of
this
thing? or-
black hole, like I missed the simplicity of the old black holes. It was kind of easier to tell what was going on in a lot of cases. I feel like they've toned down the particles, but they've ramped up like the other stuff.
Like the
they've
board?
ramped up the
Like
the,
we're
the
seeing
board,
some
yeah,
board
all
distortion here
The board
underneath
distortion
the-
is definitely a bigger deal now than it used to be.
All right, Kevin. Review for this game. When do you think that's going to be coming down the pipe?
Either tonight, more likely tomorrow, because we would need to do a video review. And since I haven't played the multiplayer yet, I want to make sure that I get some decent time online and whatever. Not that I suspect that most people will be coming to this to play online. It's more of a thing.
Local score attack
But,
kind of thing.
yeah.
And even the multiplayer does seem like more of a local. Well, we'll see when we play it a little later on today.
Exactly.
All right, Kevin. Go ahead and just blow yourself up.
I did.
Geometry Wars 3 Dimensions review coming soon. Another game you reviewed, Dark
What?
Souls 2, recently
You're not going to make me
announced-
play Dark Souls 2 now, are you?
No, we're just
I
going to
wasn't
talk a little
prepared
bit
for that.
about it because Justin, we had some big news on Dark Souls 2 earlier this week.
They did. So From Software is going to be bringing the game to PS4 and Xbox One.
Hooray!
Probably not a huge surprise. I mean, this has been a year of remasters, and this is kind of the perfect game to bring over. I mean, we've had The Last of Us, other good games.
Tomb Raider.
And Dark Souls 2 is something that seems ripe for that kind of experience because it did look better on PC, right, Kevin? When you played through the review?
Yes, it did look better, but not significantly so. It was a matter of, hey, things at a higher resolution look better, but it wasn't like a dramatic.
And so this is going to be coming out as a version called Scholar of the First Sin. And it's going to introduce new story. There's going to be a new NPC. It's going to come as a packaged game for Xbox One, PS4, and PC, and 360 and PS3. Like there'll be a packaged version, and that's going to collect all of the DLC so far. So if you haven't played it, you'll still be able to pick it up and play it on any console you want. If you play it on PS4, Xbox One, or if you have a PC that'll support it, it's going to look a lot better. They're going to revamp the visuals, revamp the audio, like the kind of stuff that you expect from
It's
something
going
like
to
this.
be DirectX 11 on PC.
Yeah.
But if you've already played it, even if you already own the game, all of that story stuff is still going to come to you. You're still going to be able to play it through a free update that's coming to the last-gen versions.
Just not the production value stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
of
so
course,
you-
all those increased visuals and that kind of stuff.
And all the bonus new content that they sort of mentioned. They mentioned the NPC. They mentioned, then there's not going to be like, Because there's not a new
DLC
DLC
level.
pack in the sense that like the Lost Crowns or Lost Kings, what was that
Yeah,
trilogy of DLC?
it was a trilogy: Crown of the Sunken King,
Yeah.
Crown of the blah blah
So
blah
it's not
King. Yeah.
new in like that's all included in Scholar of the First Sin. So what do you think? Like, is this a game you would, Kevin? You've played Dark Souls 2. You've played a lot of it.
A tad.
Is this a game you would
Just a tad.
you would go back to over the weekend?
Totally.
On a next gen console.
Totally, but I mean,
current-gen
you
console?
know, I mean, I think the original Dark Souls is the best game of its generation. You know, so yeah, definitely I would go back. And I'm curious. I mean, we know that there will be upgrades and stuff like that, but that trailer doesn't do a very good job of like really selling me.
Is it like a teaser?
It's
We'll
like,
actually take a look at it in a minute.
yeah, it doesn't do a good job on selling me on having to do that, but of course I would do that because I love the games. But I'm curious to know whether, you know, this is now going to be their chance, because of course there was the whole kerfuffle over the original footage that they showed and how the lighting changed. Like the lighting became a lot flatter, and the whole idea of torches seemed really cool in the beginning, but it ended up being a real missed opportunity in the actual game, partially because I suspect they toned that stuff down because they couldn't get it to run very well with that lighting model. So I'm curious now that we get, you know, the more powerful consoles, does this mean now that they're actually going to implement the old lighting model, and we might actually get to play the Dark Souls 2 we sort of imagined it would be?
Well,
when
the Dark
first
Souls 2
saw
that they
it?
showed when we
Exactly,
first saw it.
the Dark Souls 2 that they did show that then never came. Now, obviously, I think Dark Souls 2 is excellent regardless, but you know, I'm curious to see how this would even change the game if suddenly the lighting was changed and it became more dynamic and you actually needed to carry around that torch.
Yeah, are areas more perilous? Does carrying around the torch is a logistical consideration that you have to sort of work into your strategy?
Right.
You know, do you approach areas differently because of that, or is it just kind of like, oh yeah, I could have a torch and see a little better, or maybe just like bump the brightness up on my monitor? Yeah.
That's what I do.
Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Is that
yeah,
your move?
when a game is dark, no,
Yeah,
just
but you
bump
don't
the
like
brightness.
you don't like Dark Souls anyway. Why are you here?
I don't not like Dark Souls. I don't. I just don't think it's fun.
It's
Oh.
It's-
fun
I don't
is
know
kind of
if
an
fun
elusive
is
thing
the
to
thing
find
it's trying to be.
in Dark Souls.
That's a problem for me. I don't think that this version is probably not going to introduce the fun mode for people who like Nintendo games. Do you like Mario Kart? Here's the Dark Souls for you. No, probably not.
What about Scholar of the First Sin doesn't scream Nintendo to you? I mean,
What is
isn't
the
that-
first sin?
The first sin. What is the first sin?
Nudity.
Well, I don't know. No,
that a sin?
that is not. Nudity is not.
Because they covered up a lot. They
sin.
were
Eating
No,
apples?
it's because they ate from the fruit of tree and knowledge. So now they have the knowledge that it is shameful. to be
Learning.
naked.
eating
is-
fruit.
So
first
otherwise,
sin.
they would have just lived their lives in happy harmony.
So this dude has been studying people eating fruit
I'm
for
a
a long
biblical
time.
scholar.
We've gotten into Dark Souls fan fiction territory here right now. I
I
think
wanna write
we're
Break the
going to
sun.
wrap it up. Scholar of the First Sin, it's coming out in April of next year.
April of next year. So 2015, it'll be a early 2015 title for us to look forward to.
Also, the added benefit, a friend of mine was just lamenting the fact that he got the DLC for Dark Souls 2 too late, and the servers are not populated anymore. And so hopefully, with this new release, maybe the DLC that has gone sort of dormant on last-gen consoles will once again be revived and
Yeah.
have people in there. to
And
One
play.
thing that's interesting,
another great thing.
well, how this might kind of fracture the PC crowd, because it's going to be a different experience on DirectX 11 versus DirectX 9. Is that going to also split up the PC guys? Like, we don't know that yet, but well, we'll get more details on that as it gets closer to launch.
I guess we'll check it out. Cool, guys. All right, we're actually going to take a look at that Dark Souls 2 teaser for Scholar of the Lost.
First
of the
sin.
First Sin, not the last sin. That's way later. It's this whole DLC plan that I just made up right now. Take a look at that teaser, and then we're back to talk about Tales of the Borderlands.
Beyond the scope of light, beyond the reach of love, and what could possibly await? And yet we seek it, insatiable. Such is our fate. still another slumbers in the realm of light. But one of them stood here as you.
Hey folks, we're back. And it's my great pleasure to welcome to the couch, here in the lobby for the first time, brand new GameSpot editor, Alexa Ray Correa.
Hey!
Hi.
What up?
Hello. Hello. Let's just
Hello.
greet each
Hi.
other at the same
Hey.
time, over and over again.
Hey.
Hi.
What?
Hello.
Hi.
Alexa, it's your third week at GameSpot.
It's my third week at GameSpot.
We're very excited to have you on here doing video game spotting. Mary Kish, you've been here for a
Hello.
really long time. Hey, how's
I've been
it going?
here. Nobody cares anymore. Nobody greets
care.
me anymore.
I
I don't
care.
get excited.
You're old news, Kish.
It'll change, Alexa. They won't. They won't get excited forever. Yeah, we're glad to have you. It's exciting.
I'm excited to be here.
And you're jumping right into it because it's like November and there's so many games.
So many, all the games came out.
Mm-hmm.
All of them came out in November.
One of the big games you just reviewed, actually,
Literally
Tales.
just reviewed.
Tales, what, something, the Borderlands. I totally said it wrong before the break, and you corrected me, but now I have also forgotten it again.
Tales from the Borderlands. So
Okay.
it's from the Borderlands, not of the Borderlands.
And
The Borderlands.
You gave this game a 9.
I did give this game a 9. It is superb.
Superb game. I want to talk about this because it's
Oh,
a weird
boy.
one. I'm a Borderlands fan, but like it's a Telltale game. It's you're making story choices. How do you make a game that's like really all about like running around and blasting things and picking up loot and then blasting more things into like a Telltale game?
So the thing about Telltale is Telltale creates these really big epic stories from like microcosms of people. So they take ordinary people, granted maybe the Fables weren't that ordinary, but they take ordinary people and then they tell these like amazing stories. And the reason that Tales from the Borderlands works as a narrative thing is because the characters, they're not vault hunters, they're not sirens, they have no special powers whatsoever. They're not even that cool. They're like normal ass people.
Living in the freaky Borderlands town.
Yes, living in freaky Borderlands town. And the guy works for Hyperion, the mega corporation, and the girl is a grifter. And they're just trying to get by and trying to like do right by themselves and get what they think they deserve. And that makes a really interesting story.
So much of the Borderlands world is like it's got character, right? It's got, I mean, it's colorful. There's all sorts of strange creatures and all sorts of weird people whose dialogue is amusing or terrifying or whatever. Borderlands 2 did that really well. Does that carry through here? I mean, it's a different writing team. It's not Gearbox. It's not anyone who has worked on Borderlands
Right.
before. So did they? I imagine that.
Is it funny?
That sort of. Did they capture it? Yes. Is it funny?
Is it funny? It is hilarious. It's so funny. There are some moments with some of the characters, and like this, like, okay, so there's an opening scene where there is you build a loader bot, and you spend, it's like this big high octane thing where people are rushing you to like build it, hurry up, and you're like actually selecting what goes on it while people are fighting bandits, and it like pops up, and it's this big like crazy scene where it like builds itself, and it's this epic music, and everything goes silent, and it just goes, hi, and like, it's funny. It's funny. It
Here
doesn't
we're
sound funny
starting
when I'm-
now. Hey
Yeah.
guys, this is just
It's
my
funny.
life.
But like it's funny. Like there's like little like conversational gems. Like the banter between the characters is really well done. Like I love the dialogue. It's very much a Telltale game, but it's definitely Borderlands humor.
Interesting.
No, it does. It's totally funny.
Mary, you've played a bunch of Borderlands.
Yeah, it's just such a confusing thing for me to play in this world and yet not be loot focused. So it's very confusing for me when I play these games. When I get excited about Borderlands, I think, I can't wait to get that next freaking gun. I can't wait to test it out. I'm gonna get like the best gun I can find. But there's no loot in this game. What am I doing?
What is my reason to exist?
It's emotional loot, Mary.
What?
It's
you
emotional
loot
loot.
purple and
You're
rare.
looting emotion.
Loot
Do I
rare
get
emotions.
rare emotions?
So there are like some very specific instances where you're picking up money off of people that you may or may not have like smacked to the ground and then taken all their goods. So there is some traditional looting. But the reward that you get here is the way that they've sort of structured the dialogue for Reese and Fiona, the two main characters. They've written it so that they are two people that are telling their sides of a story. So you don't know, like there is literally no right or wrong answer. You are crafting their story, like crafting who they are as a character, because they're literally blank slates with
Do I
a bunch
shoot
of
a
different
gun?
options. You do shoot a gun.
What's it like?
Does it go bang? We have very rudimentary understanding of
So
video games here.
you can shoot a gun if you'd like to shoot a gun. As with Telltale, everything is a matter of choice. So without spoiling
okay,
anything.
yeah, and so that's the key thing with Telltale, and they're sort of The Walking Dead, which was game of the year at so many places, so many people loved it. I'm pretty sure you're a huge fan of it.
Oh yeah.
That it was the choices that sort of defined each episode, but then defined the whole arc. So I guess when you're sort of, when you're talking about Fables, for example, their more recent game, there's a defined arc. There's a story there that they're kind of following within this world, and sort of things happen that are touch points that they maybe include, or maybe they go a different way. But with Tales of the Borderlands, the challenge for them is to help you see that arc for the 5 episodes, but then
Yes.
also make the first episode satisfying.
Yes.
Did that happen?
Yes. The way that they've done it, they've done the first episode is there's sort of like, so the episode has a boss in it. Without again spoiling, there is a boss character that you actually confront in some way.
I feel like that's a Borderlands thing. You're gonna
It's a
have some
Borderlands
big
thing.
bad weirdo that you gotta get by.
Yes.
or
And their big bad weirdo is amazing. He's like this guy, they've shown him in the trailers. He's got he's called Bossa Nova, and he has a speaker on his chest, and he speaks like he like garbles like metal rock or whatever. And then one time you come upon him and it's not on, and he has this like high pitched squeaky voice. So he
Nice.
and he's blaring techno. It's really cool.
So Spaceballs.
It's very
You
Spaceballs.
take off this giant helmet and you're just
It's like this little
loser.
This is Rick Moranis.
He is the Rick Moranis of Tales from the Borderlands. But no, there are some very big, there's like 2 very distinct action sequences, and they're action sequences in a sense that like you are constantly moving, maybe not, shooting and looting, but you're moving a lot and moving very quickly. I think for me, they were scenes that moved more quickly than like the scenes in The Walking Dead where you're like moving through zombies, or the scenes in The Wolf Among Us where you're beating up someone.
Frogs.
Beating up frogs. So it was, I think they did it really well. They had a really nice, like, sort of 2 high points, like 2 climactic arcs. That
About how
worked
long
really
is
well.
the first episode?
2.5 hours.
So not very long at all. But is that
Very
kind of the
long.
Telltale thing? I don't know.
They stick with 90 minutes. Usually it's around 90 minutes, a little
Oh,
more
okay,
than that.
yeah.
So this one, I think it was long, but I think it ended at the right point. Like it did a good job setting it up. So now these remaining 4 episodes can really
That's right.
do
It's
the
one
fun
of 5.
stuff.
There's 5.
There's 5.
complete. And it's interesting. They let you know from the get-go what you're in for in terms of how much content you'll be getting.
Yeah.
Do you know when the next one's coming out?
No, usually they come out like with Walking Dead and The Wolf Among Us. It was usually maybe a month and a half to almost 2 months in between episodes. Like this is like they develop live. Like this episode was probably finished last week, and then they decided, okay, we're going to release it next week. They're still working on episode 2. So Telltale does the live development thing where they release the episode when it's ready. It's not all done, and they're just holding it back and waiting to release it.
What an emotional roller coaster.
Emotional loot.
Do you think the tension of developing on such a deadline really feeds into the creating those action sequence tensions?
Well, now that they have Borderlands and Game of Thrones, which is coming like
That's right.
very soon.
They've got the new game. They're making their own Game of Thrones, which is sort of it has a character that is sort of in the book, and it's going to involve like we saw leaked screenshots of Cersei Lannister, Tyrion, those characters. Actually raised the question to me: did you meet anyone in Borderlands, Tales from the Borderlands that you knew, or is that a spoiler you don't want to go into?
So the name of the episode is Zero Sum.
Okay,
So
and Zero,
Zero
of course,
is in it.
Vault Hunter from Borderlands 2.
Yeah, and Zero is in it, and Zero's scenes are really, really funny. Like they're probably some of the best written scenes in the episode.
Humor, tense action, emotional loot.
Emotional loot.
Sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
If you folks want to know more about it, Alexa's review is up on GameSpot right now. You can check it out. And that's Tales from the Borderlands. One of the, I guess, like a late contender for some end of the year awards, maybe.
It came out like on the day, like on like the last possible day.
Like today.
Like this week.
It's
like
out.
today.
It's
It's
out
today.
today.
It's out today.
today. You could go play
Made it.
Spend a solid 2.5 hours.
It did make it.
Tales from the Borderlands. All right, let's move on. Let's do some Mary Kish time because you have been playing some Far Cry 4
I have been.
and you've been doing some weird crap.
Far Cry 4 is really
Is that
known
like
for
weird
not
crap?
playing the game. Yeah. Like everyone in the office, you'll be playing and you'll hear someone screaming or laughing and you'll wonder what's going on, and I wonder like what game are they playing? Where are they at in it? Well, they're playing Far Cry 4 and they're not playing the campaign. They're playing something else. They're playing a level editor, they're playing a user level, or they're screwing around in the forest shooting rhinos or
That
something
one.
like
That's
that.
the one that I do. Although I gotta say, killing rhinos is like the saddest thing you can do.
Why do you do that?
Because I need their skins to carry more explosives.
But you don't like the idea of killing them.
They just have this kind of mournful look.
You're not gonna like this segment.
Okay,
gonna murder
great, awesome.
so
Really
many
glad you're on the
animals.
show, Mary. Let's go. Let's see it. Let's
Hope
see
no
what
one
sort of
from PETA
horrors
I'm
you've come
pretty
to
excited.
visit upon us here
Yeah,
in the Far Cry 4 user-generated content. You think of Far Cry 4, I don't think of map editor like this. You think of the giant open world. You don't only think of map editor, but.
Yeah.
You spent your whole weekend doing it. You recently reviewed Little Big Planet 3. Speaking of map editors,
Yeah.
but do you get into the map editing much?
So no.
No, that's fair. I don't
No.
really either.
No, I can't. I don't know. I'd rather play something that someone else has spent 8 or 9 hours putting together than putting it together myself, because I'm bad at interior decorating and and I don't have good like depth of field. I have to blow up all the letters on my computer really big because I can't
right.
see. So like I don't really level edit.
Yeah, I'm bad too. I'll be completely honest with you. Like most of the time, the user-made levels put mine to shame. I find them almost sad when I think about how much time it took me to make anything. I said I found on Sunday it took me about 6 hours. 6 hours. I'm not very proud of this. To make a wooden loop that I could ride a four-wheeler upside down in a loop. It took so long
But
to
you did.
perfect.
But it was
I'm
such a
very proud of it.
noble cause.
Of the loop.
A
yes.
loop-de-loop.
I wanted
Is there
it.
any higher calling?
I fought for it, and I got it.
All right, we're gonna see that one in a little. Like,
Sure, I'll
in a
show
little
that
bit.
off. It's awesome. There's a lot.
I mean, you
can
worked so
do.
hard on it.
I did work
we
very
have
hard
to
on it. There's a
see
lot
it.
to show. From all the user levels, it kind of just was playing a bunch of them to get inspiration, and I found a few of them that made me laugh, made me cry. So I thought I'd show some of these. This
Made
one's-
you cry?
Yeah, a little bit.
Really?
No.
Was
This
it the
one's
rhino
called-
killing ones?
No,
Because
it
those
wasn't.
are sad.
That's laughter. This one's called 300. What I like about it is.
Oh, I get
it is. It's what you think it is. You're kind of like
no.
at a pass, and you got to take out all these people. It's pretty hard to actually survive, but I mean, it's fun just to.
Are there giant holes that you can kick people into?
For the record, no, not in slow motion.
Because you could
or
totally
anything.
kick dudes in this game.
In
You can kick dudes.
Yeah.
It's like a really nice level like karate kick too.
Strong, firm.
Oh no.
Oh, so like once you start shooting them, there's all gonna come running
they're
at
gonna
you?
just start running down the hill.
I only
So
see like 6 of them though.
Hey, they already conveniently give you some bodies to loot.
I'm gonna just try to
some
keep
free
them
dead.
at bay.
It's because it's a battlefield, right?
Yeah.
For the record, just like, I'll tag them all.
There's 6 of them. Just start shooting.
No, you have not played this
No,
level.
I definitely have not.
There's a lot to think about here. So here we go. So just get their attention.
Oh my God.
And I'm
I
gonna
think
run away.
they see you.
This is a good system.
Oh God.
There we go.
Oh,
So here they come from up the hill.
There's like 6 more.
Are there 300 of them?
Here they come.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Just so you sort of funnel them back into this narrow pass.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Oh my God. They're even wearing red. How convenient.
And no shirts.
And no shirts.
I know. I got you.
Wait.
Right in the face.
Yeah, all right. You got this wave.
Oh! Jesus.
Oh
Okay.
no, the stabbing.
It's okay. It's okay.
Can you get 2 for?
Oh my God.
Not when they do that.
Oh, right through the rib
You got a
parts.
conflict time.
Oh, you need to explode these guys really badly.
Oh God.
Oh,
Oh no.
Did I get them?
I just heard yelling.
got most
oh,
of them.
Nice. Uh-oh. Oh,
There's a
so
hole. Kind
you
of.
can like go back into this. All right, just yeah. Here we go.
Oh man. Oh, they stuck in the hole?
Idiot.
So it's just I guess a shotgun is like the closest you get to a,
That's all they gave
a
me.
gladius.
Damn.
All right. Yep. Here comes another wave. You're doing pretty well. You're like almost halfway there.
Shit! I killed myself with mine.
No.
Hold
Wait,
you're
No,
still
wait,
alive.
I'm alive. I'm
You're
alive.
good.
Come on. Yeah, you're still good.
To the hole.
They won't
Get
go
him
in
into the
hole.
pit. Get him into the pit.
Can you just collect them all in the pit, and then put
they
a
run
thing in
away?
the pit, and then explode them?
I think
That's
you
the
might
goal.
have also killed them in addition to
Oh
killing
my
yourself.
God, there are many. They got stuck.
Okay, yeah, they're gonna.
Idiots.
They got stuck behind
Turn
the
around and watch
mountain.
them explode this time. Oh yeah, go
Okay.
up the.
Look at that.
Oh, here they come. This is gonna be bad.
Oh, I'm out of.
You're out of
C4.
C4.
They won't come down.
That's their problem.
That is their horrible mistake.
Oh God.
The machetes.
Idiot.
they won't come
Just
down.
stay
They
there.
will just like taunt you and chuck knives at you.
All right, I need to heal.
You need to stab yourself badly.
I
All
love
right.
that they will come to the edge but not come in.
Do
That
you,
was
do
awesome.
you have any grenades?
That's because they're natives.
But
Wow, that was a real questionable comment, Mary Kish.
the hole is sacred ground.
I
They
have
won't go in
the
it, but we
advancement of
can.
technology.
That's true. They fear.
They fear holes.
They fear holes. Is there more ammo there? Like more explosives?
Yeah, there's a lot.
There's only 12
well,
more
it
dudes.
looks like I got.
You got this. I think you conquered it.
Are they even coming?
What's over there?
I think you should just run right up
I've
there,
never gotten
and
this far
nothing could go
before.
wrong.
You could, in theory, loot all those bodies if you had the time
You could
and
get
the energy.
so many.
Oh
Kirata
no!
bucks. Is that an enemy?
Ah!
No, there is rhino killing in this. Damn you, Mary Kish.
Oh, this was unexpected.
Oh, he ran away.
Oh yeah, no, just
Run,
it's good if he
run.
runs towards the other guys, because then he'll mess them
Idiot
up.
beast. Just like.
Okay,
Ah!
no, he's gonna.
Oh, and there's some of those dudes. Oh. Well.
Yeah, yeah. Just let the rhino do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
work for me.
sweet rhino vengeance.
Work. Ah!
That guy's weird.
Oh no, rhino.
Uh-oh, that rhino's coming
Now that
after
Rhino's like, excuse me.
All right, nope,
Excuse me.
nope.
Oh,
This is gonna be
no.
bad.
No.
Oh, rhino.
I'm running.
Yeah,
I'm running.
You
I'm
gotta
running. I'm running.
really. These are some majestic cliffs.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Yeah, like props to the guy
Shit.
who made the clips.
I'm so screwed.
Oh no.
Takedown. Just do a chain takedown to all of them.
Eat it.
Holy
I
crap.
think you ditched
I have
the
to
rhino.
pull out all these knives out of my body.
All right, turn around, turn around.
Heal.
Let's
You
see
want to
it.
see what's happening?
Yeah, because it's a rhino massacre. These the guys are just getting all killed by rhinos.
Rhino
Pull more knives out of your
massacre.
body. You never
All
know.
right.
I think you got a few more.
Oh, what if he knocks
Yeah.
him off the cliff? They turn into
I don't know.
beasts.
He's like, what? Like this cliff is fairly sloped, and they're walking on the edge of it.
Yeah, they've
So
got
like,
they've got some really good grippy shoes.
Oh, it's.
oh, they have those in Kira. That's awesome.
It's the one guy
It's
with the gun.
Pagan Min.
Oh, rhino kill. That was so majestic.
Oh my god.
Slow motion.
That was awesome.
There's
That-
a lot of
you
good
couldn't
stuff.
have scripted a better ending for that.
Like,
Thumb up.
Awesome.
there's
Nice
a
work.
lot of good stuff you can play. Let's see. We can also. We'll quit and we'll play. I have a few maps that I've made. There's all sorts of great stuff, honestly. But I made something before that we might like playing. You know, unfortunately, you can't mix PS4 and Xbox One maps. Aaron found some awesome PS4 maps, but I can't get them. I'm on Xbox One, but I found some really cool ones as well.
Just show us the Mary Kish special
But
here.
I stole a few ideas
Ooh.
because who cares?
Okay. So are you actually gonna edit something real quick?
No, I edited it pre.
It says map editor on it.
Well,
that's
yeah,
all I
it's
got.
going to be in the map editor, but I'll play it. Chris, why are you upset with me?
I'm not. I am actually. I was having an emotional moment there.
yell
I
at me.
thought you were
Emotional
gonna have to
loot?
kill a rhino, but then the emotional loot of seeing the rhino kill Pagan Min at the end was just really wonderful.
What is happening right now?
Well, that's
What does it look like to
Stop.
you?
Oh my
Alexa?
god. Are those
What-
bears surrounded by
that's my bear massacre.
propane tanks?
How did the bears stand still long enough to get all of the propane tanks around them?
Well,
Is my question.
those are mysteries of nature.
Oh no.
Let's go.
Oh no.
This is my house.
Oh no.
Well, this map was inspired by a map on PS4 called Simple Bear Splosion, I
Bear
believe.
explosion.
What? No.
There they
Wait a minute.
are.
What are they doing?
They're
They're getting-
considering their death.
they're
Also,
just-
possibly mating.
Yeah,
They look like they're mating.
they're trying to establish some kind of bear hierarchy. Oh no!
Oh.
Oh.
Yay.
Well, wait, that was only 12 of them?
Bear
Where the
explosion.
where are the
Did
other?
any-
Well, I
of them
also have a death
survive?
pit in here.
Oh, pfft.
It's got one dude.
One dude, 3 white
He seems
tigers,
to be doing
a honey
okay
badger.
in there.
I'm
making
really
it.
surprised.
I'm
how alive
surprised.
he is. It's gonna be the honey badger that gets him, isn't
What do you
it?
think will kill him first?
The honey badgers are brutal
It's
in
probably
this
gonna be the
game.
honey
I think
badger.
the honey badger.
Those tigers just seem to be freaking out. They're having
Yeah.
a serious.
Killing him.
They're like,
I
why would
can't
dogs
believe
do-
it, honestly.
I like that these 4 honey badgers are like moving in unison. Like
Maybe if
some sort
I
of
upset them.
Yeah, just mix
I'll
it up
chuck
a little
rocks
bit.
in there.
a choreographed dance.
You're just stoning bears.
Well,
is
I wanna
is this your
anger
idea
them.
of fun?
Look at this idiot.
Oh, you put him out of his misery. All right, blow all these fools up.
I mean, if he got stuck in a pit full of animals,
Yeah.
he kind of deserved
He's
it.
dead
Majestic
anyways. You might as well
beasts.
go out with a bullet in the chest as opposed to getting
That bear's
slowly
on fire.
gnawed to death.
That bear is on fire.
That is the new hot single from Kishin Korea.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
so
you
good.
guys
could
are
be a
definitely
thing.
starting a pop band.
This is my house.
We should.
Your house basically has a real shabby bed and then a.
Whoa!
That's my bartender.
Whoa!
Barkeep.
He looks really upset.
Your bartender doesn't even look old enough to drink.
Bambi?
Are you employing a fawn?
It's right before. Yeah, so yeah, you can do this and kind of just hang out in them, or
Weird.
yeah. Let's see what else.
Show
we
me
have
the loop
here.
de loop.
I'll show you what I'm really proud of, which is my
Show
level.
me your
Loop.
magnum opus.
All right. All right. I gotta load my map here. My map
my
is called
God.
Evil Knievel. It is published if anyone wants to play it. It's available on
If anyone wants to thumbs up, like it,
like it, rate
like
it,
it,
5 stars.
Like it.
A lot of people didn't even
Ooh.
notice all the fine touches I put on this map.
That's okay.
the gropey
That's
touches.
great. The Gropey statue.
You have no vision, Chris Waters. This
The
is
Gropey
what
statue.
makes. Yeah, and then this is hard to see, but this pit is filled with bears and tigers, and then there's this epic jump.
Go
All standing apart from
over
each other,
it.
ignoring each other.
Go over it.
Let's stop talking.
Yeah.
Let's.
I
start
want to see
play.
a jump. I was told. Wait, this isn't even the loop de loop.
It is the loop de loop. The loop is there.
Oh, I see it.
See it?
Oh man.
That looks cool. I was
Yeah.
expecting something.
This
I like
did-
how it looks kind of rough hewn.
This did take me a really long
That probably
time.
is
And
part
your
of why it's a huge
reward.
pain in the butt.
Oh my
But
god.
that just means you're going to be able to execute it perfectly on the first try, right, Mary?
Oh my god.
Yes! Nailed it! Got it. It's still good.
What happened?
Yes! Evil Knievel explosion! Oh no!
That's not supposed to happen.
Oh, where are you?
We rehearsed this!
I don't know. You can't plan these things.
Wait, okay,
I've
there you are.
Effed up my jump. My sick jump is ruined.
Just go drive over it pathetically and
Damn
fall into a
it.
bear pit.
I hit something. I think it was a piece of pot.
It was just a shrapnel.
This isn't nearly as cool. Wee.
Yeah. Okay.
Yay!
I
Oh, that
win.
tires.
It
there.
is that.
Yeah.
Did it. That's it.
Yay!
Those are the cool levels.
How did you build the loop? Like, did you have to individually place? Like,
Yeah,
the-
it took forever actually.
Wow.
It's a huge part of trial and error. So you'll see like there's all these tiny pieces of wood and you just slowly but surely, I wrapped them all the way around and then just corrected each piece so that you would be able to not get knocked off of it. It was not, I would love to say, I'm sure on a PC it's way easier. Using like a controller, it's just,
It was a little painstaking.
it's
I'm
just a
impressed.
mess. But then look at all my explosions. Do you want me to try one more time?
yeah.
I
could've
mean,
done it.
yeah, give it a shot.
Yeah.
I can't believe I hit that thing.
That was so cool.
I believe
Doesn't
in you,
work.
Mary.
It takes constant effort and determination and stupid luck.
Razor sharp focus.
Vroom.
She's up and over.
Yeah. Target in sight.
Oh yeah.
Explosions.
The explosions are there. Whoa, the barrel went across the front.
Whoa!
You're keeping pace with
Come
the
on, come on,
explosions.
come on, I'm gonna fall.
Oh no,
I'm not gonna make it.
squirrely.
I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. I'm not
Wixie.
gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. Where
Oh
are the
no!
guys?
Oh no!
Shit!
Oh no!
This is
Where
my
are they?
nightmare.
Oh no!
We planned for this, people.
Who's gonna get to you first?
Just drive patiently to the non-bear mauling
the
zone.
bear.
I'll just. I got it.
Oh.
Don't worry.
Yep, no
I got
problem.
it.
Just run into a
We'll
bear's
fix it.
ass.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no, this is a tiger.
Tiger, it's
Majestic
probably
tiger.
fine. Yep.
Oh,
Oh.
I wish you would fly off in that situation. Oh, you
There's-
totally killed the tiger by
I did?
running into it with an ATV.
well,
Yeah.
that's real physics
The
for
way the
you.
most majestic hunters do.
Bears.
Are you just throwing grenades
How are
around
there
now?
any bears left in Kirat after this?
They breed profusely.
Profusely.
Yes, they're like rabbits. They just all the time.
Kirats are the rabbits of the bears. Kirats.
Bears are the
rabbits of Kirat.
Yeah.
Oh, that was fun.
That was awesome. Good
Sweet.
job.
All
that
right.
was really cool.
Yeah.
Map editor, nice work. Your hard work was appreciated by one and all, Mary.
Awesome.
Yeah.
If
Worth
you guys
it.
want to blow up some bears, super easy. Get in there, throw them in a pit. Oh, especially rhinos too.
Can we not with the rhinos? Everyone knows they have a soul. They're the only animals
You
in
have a
the animal
soft
kingdom
spot
that do.
for rhinos.
Who knew?
You try to kill a rhino in Far Cry 4
Not only is
and
it
try
hard,
to come away from it without a soft spot for them.
Have you ever-
I had an experience.
have you ever blown an alligator off the surface of the water with a fire arrow?
No.
You can do that. If it's floating on the top and you hit it with one of those explosive arrows, it'll like Skyrim cat glitch, backflip into the air and away.
I want to do that.
It's actually really fun to do.
That sounds excellent. All right, Far Cry
Good
4,
times.
map editing. Who knew?
Rhinos.
All right, we've got a special segment here for you folks coming up to round out the show. It's holiday themed. We know we're all getting into that, like buying gifts, making wish lists kind of session. GameSpot's been putting up some videos. Is it time to buy an Xbox One, buy a PS4, etc., etc.? We have a lot of good information for you available on the site already, but we thought we'd pit the consoles together in a very special episode of the console dating game. Coming up next after this Destiny trailer featuring some dude's name, which is weird. I have to look at it. Dr. Crispy.
Hey, you checking out my ride? This tumbler sparrow's just the beginning. I get all my sweetest loot down there, deep within the dark below. See this? This is the necrochasm. Fires 900 rounds a minute. It's sexy because it's dangerous. And check out this helmet, pure and chromium. Zirchromium, whatever, it ends in EM, it really doesn't matter. Just look me in the eyes and tell me this is not awesome. And it's slime with like silk or something, so there's no chafing, even when you're going ham on some hide. Boom, daddy's home. Pro tip, the Dark Below's got new story missions, crucible maps, a fresh strike, and other stuff so new, I'm not even supposed to talk about it. This is new, that's new. This is Crota, he's new. Wait, is that a jacuzzi? Call me when you level up, bro. There's even a new raid for you and your friends, full of the rarest loot. Get in and just milk that sucker hard. It's exotic. And then there's this. Dragon's Breath. This is like a Sasquatch and a unicorn had a baby exotic. I didn't get this up in no stinking loot cave. Maybe some other stuff, but not this. Ah, smells like bacon and bloodshed. Wardrobe change. Nothing says I just hit level 32 like these. They're called Radiant Dance Machines. Huh! Yeah! Sexy! Pop it up! You want it? Huh? Get it good. Meow! Want to earn legendary gear like this? Get set up with missions from Eris on the tower. Yeah, she may look like trouble, but when has that ever stopped you before? You don't even have to be level 30 to get in. Ouch! Ow! But it couldn't hurt. It's like I'm saying, if you want to level up, you gotta go below. See you at the bottom!
And it's not really that anymore.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you to a special edition of the console dating game here on the lobby. I'm your host, Chris Waters, and we all know it's tough out there. There's so many consoles to choose from now. Better time than ever to purchase, what with holiday deals and a year of actual games coming out on the consoles that you might actually want to buy. So I've assembled 3 guests, the PS4, the Xbox One, and the Wii U, in order to vet them as potential suitors for my and your purchasing dollars. Before we get started, I'd just like to go down the line and introduce each one of them. Let's start with you, Mark Walton, representing the PS4.
I am the PS4, and I'm the special edition Shiny Destiny PS4 as well. Yeah.
Very, very impressive. Way to set yourself apart from the pack right
thank
away.
you very much.
Mary Kish as the Xbox One.
You'll notice that this is a
heavy, sturdy piece of hardware that I'm carrying right here, Chris. You walk in a room, people will notice this. It is so hot. I don't even know why we're doing this. Let's end it now.
Size does matter, Mary Kish.
I'm so strong.
Justin Haywald on the end, representing the Wii U.
Unlike these big fatties, I keep it light, I keep it tight. This is a nice looking Wii U console, the 32 gigabyte. Earlier on, I had a smaller version, the 8 gigabyte, and put on a little bit of muscle. So this is the 32 gig. This is the only Wii U that you would want to get. Also, always in a stylish black.
Looking sleek. All right,
like a
let's get
purse.
started with the question. Contestants, the first question to you, PS4. As an avid video gamer, I have a history with other consoles. I've had some good times in the past, some bad, and I'm a little shy about switching to a company I've never been with before. What would you say to entice me to buy a PlayStation for the very first time?
A PlayStation for the very first time. You see, I've got notes, and you're not reading them in the order that I thought you would.
No.
So,
These note cards, I made them professionally, obviously.
Chris, it might come as a bit of a dual shock to know that I'm a modern, open relationship kind of guy. So unlike Xbox, I don't mind if you or any indie developers want to see a little something on the side. And if you're after a console that likes to move with unparalleled accuracy, rest assured there won't be any problems with teraflops when I'm around.
Oh my goodness. Pun-tacular. You're charming me right away, Bolton. I think it's the accent, but the PS4.
That's not fair.
Strong opener. No, it's not fair, Mary Kish. Life isn't fair, and there have been some who might criticize you for the very size you were sort of promulgating earlier. But tell me, what is the benefit of the girth, weight of the Xbox One? What are some of the things that this sizable console can
That
offer?
massive fat body.
It is pretty massive.
You guys don't understand girth and its benefits. This can murder an intruder if they come into your house.
We're going straight to the bludgeoning tool.
But most importantly, this has some heavy-duty features that you really need now, because unlike a lot of other consoles that are a little weak when it comes to playing like strong, full-end, high-definition games, this guy's got it all. It can play all the games that you'll ever want or need. This is it. It's got
all the games.
It's
what
got
about-
everything you'll need.
What about
Trust
Infamous?
Me. No, nobody wants to play Infamous. When you have
Ooh.
Sunset Overdrive, why would you ever play Infamous when you have Sunset Overdrive?
Sunset Overdrive, a big
That's a joke.
exclusive for you, Xbox
why don't
One.
Why don't you tell me about why I should play Drive Club? I'd rather play
I got
the
nothing for
amazing
that, I'm
Forza
afraid.
Horizon 2. I'd rather lick white dog shit than play Drive Club. Let's be realistic here
That's-
when we're making attacks. This game, this box right here, this massive VCR has got everything that you'll ever want.
Interesting.
Except good looks.
I don't.
It's beautiful. What? Yours is
What?
like.
Oh yeah,
don't know
what you don't see here is the power supply, which is essentially the same size as the entire console again. What? You have to carry around with you.
Yes, the space underneath the TV definitely at a premium in my house. I don't have a lot of room for stuff, so Wii U, you're appealing to me. But
That's where this one comes in.
Yeah.
The Wii U is a smaller form factor in the body, because I work out a lot. You keep it looking nice. But my controller, the part you play with, the part you touch, that's a two-hander, unlike these other smaller controllers. When you're holding a Wii U controller, you need to use both hands. It's a big, meaty experience.
I use a controller with two hands regardless of console. What else do you got?
It's heavy though. It's wide. It's not going to fit just anywhere. It's a wide controller. But also, unlike these other guys, the Wii U, it doesn't just let any game on it. It's not the Village Bicycle. You can't just put a game onto the Wii U.
That's hard.
Nintendo,
Wow.
we have exclusives.
He's calling
This
it
is
a
the only
slut
place
line.
you're going to get some Mario, some Zelda, the fun, loving experiences.
How am I getting Zelda on the Wii U currently?
Well, right now you can get Wind Waker. We've got some HD versions of some of your favorites, like Wind Waker. And there's going to be a new Zelda coming up in
Wind
2015.
Waker.
We can talk about the future
Totally
later.
Wind Waker.
Right now.
If you like Wind Waker, okay.
If you
You're
don't
gonna
like
love Wind Waker.
If you don't like Wind Waker, you're probably an animal.
Well, Wii U, you did mention HD, so I got to ask here. I've heard some rumors that your H's aren't as D as these other two consoles. That's
It's-
not a technical
Where's your
term, but
D at?
you know what I'm getting at.
Just like with the previous version of me, the Wii, I'm not a powerhouse in terms of what I deliver for P's, for H's, but it's still an HD experience.
Resolution, is that what we're talking about?
Resolution-wise, we still do 1080p, we still do 60 frames per second, but just with smaller scale games.
Have you seen Watch Dogs on you? Okay, have you seen it?
You don't come to the Wii U to play Watch Dogs. I mean, we have some of those
Then
games.
why did they make
Yeah.
it?
Okay.
This is a
But
Mario
that game runs
machine.
at like 10 frames per second.
This is a game that you come to for some Mario Kart, for some Mario, for some Super Smash Brothers. Those are the kind of experiences
But what
you want
about Wind Waker? Because I don't think you've mentioned that yet. Like,
Wind Waker as well.
Super Smash Brothers did get a 9 recently on GameSpot.com.
Yeah, I mean, that's another thing that you really can't pass up on. That when you're thinking about the 9s and the 10s of the world, those are on Wii U. How many 10s are there on the Xbox One or PS4?
We're with quantity here.
Yeah, this is true,
I have
okay.
everything that you're ever gonna want to play.
Let's get some more examples here.
as soon as you
Team
get
up here,
bored.
Xbox One, PS4. What kind of multi-platform examples are you?
Assassin's Creed Unity.
Sure.
That's a huge one.
Watch Dogs.
Watch Dogs. Who doesn't want Watch Dogs? All right, you're ruining this
God,
for the both
sorry.
of us.
I'm sorry.
list some
Like
more
he's on
games.
Team Wii U.
There are lots, I'm sure.
Continue listing games that look better on my PC.
All right. Let's get back to the questions
the
here.
console
By the
war.
way, if any of you folks are watching and would like to add some questions here for our prospective consoles, I know we have some fans of the PS4, the Xbox One, and the Wii U out there, as well as PC. By the way, PC, this is the console dating game. I mean, to bring the PC in here would just be like bringing Brad Pitt on to some show with regular
Finish
people.
it.
Nailed it.
Finish it.
Good work.
Oh, that wasn't on his note card.
Nope, definitely was not. All right, TGIF, Mary Kish.
All right.
I'm having a few friends over tonight to hang out and play some video games.
Oh, yeah?
We've got food and drinks covered, so what are you bringing?
Well, I mean, there's no doubt that we would probably start off with a full evening. We could start with the Halo Master Chief Collection. Not 1, not 2, not 3. All of the games, all the multiplayer maps, everything you'll need. Couch co-ops, you can get cozy with your friends. You're gonna really impress all your guests with this one. And then, when you're getting a little tired of that, we're gonna move on. We'll play some Titanfall.
You can play that on PC though.
Shoot that.
It's better on
This is a
PC.
console. I am sick of this discussion, this argument. We are talking about consoles, and my console is womping your consoles. Titanfall is a fun shooter. It's awesome for the whole evening. You can drink while you play it, and it's still awesome. And then when we're all relaxing towards the end of the evening, because some of us drank a little bit too much, you know,
Oh, yeah.
and we're gonna
Wii U.
play
That's fair.
Forza Horizon. It's so relaxing. It's fun. You can run over stuff and race, and then we can find all those hidden car collections in the garages and soup them up. Nothing ends a date like a nice souped up vehicle. That's how you get it done,
Intriguing.
and that's all I'm gonna say.
like it.
Best party ever.
No.
What do you say, PS4?
Well, let me tell you something. The PS4, worldwide, as we know, is the biggest selling console. And do you know what that means? There are lots of people that have one. And that means there are lots of friends.
Lots of losers.
No, you have lots of friends. If
I
you
mean,
own a
when you say biggest selling, you mean of the Xbox One, PS4, I mean of the current gen. I mean, when you're thinking about best selling overall, it means 3DS.
Okay. Well, I'm talking about the current. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, okay.
If you're going
Let's
to get
just keep- let's keep things console
you're gonna
here,
get technical
all right?
about it.
Nintendo,
Right, we're
okay.
not worried about handheld. The point is that I have a lot of friends as PS4.
Mm.
And not only do I have a lot of friends, I have a lot of AAA developers. And not only do I have AAA developers, Xbox One and Wii U, I have all the indie developers. Which basically means if I come to your party, I will bring all the guests, and guaranteed, everyone will get laid.
Wow.
Super Time Force.
promises.
Amazing indie developer. Everyone loves them. Take away that indie cred right now.
That's
Strip it off your face.
One developer.
We have them too.
One developer.
They're awesome.
There are plenty of
you can
indie
play as a
games.
dinosaur.
Indie guys, I mean, they're socially awkward. They go to everywhere. We got tons of indies on the Wii U as
They
well.
love being called awkward.
They're also easy.
All right, Mr. Nintendo Man down on the end here. My parents owned a Wii back in the day. I enjoyed the wiggle waggle novelty controls for a little bit, but I'm a little shy about the kind of longevity of the Wii outside of a sort of family-friendly play environments. You know, is the Wii U just a console that has bright and colorful games for the whole family to enjoy, or can I like get some adult gaming times on there.
I mean, this is an experienced console. Nintendo's much older than the Sony Microsoft brand, and there's some definite adult experiences. That 10 that I mentioned earlier, that's Bayonetta 2. Who gave that a 10? That was Mark Walton over there.
Let's ignore that for now. Okay, let's just pretend that didn't happen.
Bayonetta 2, a 10 on the Wii U, also a third-party AAA exclusive game. And that is not a game that you want to play with kids in the room.
I debate, Bayonetta is a family appeal.
Well, certainly not.
Some sexy costumes.
It doesn't have a family appeal, no. But then again, no one has bought Bayonetta 2. Never mind.
Interesting.
We'll see how the
Interesting
NPD
feature.
shakes out.
Is 10 stand for the amount of people that have bought it?
10 stands for when you walk
vicious.
into a club, that's what they say about Bayonetta.
I call them dime
They
pieces.
just yell
They
10.
call him 10? What kind of clubs are you going to?
The ones where there aren't a lot of dimes.
All right, Wii U, your nightlife is not really of interest to me at this point. Actually,
So I do want to bring up that I'm a little experimental. I do like to try out some things that other people don't like to do. I'm all for the backwards kind of experiences. If you just don't want a straight up experience, if you want to go in the back door, backwards compatibility is going to let you experience anything on the Wii, on this Wii U as well. These guys, they don't do it in the back. They keep it all up front. Only Xbox One, PS4 games. They're not going to go and let you play PS3 and Xbox 360 games, but
We're classy.
wait, so
we're
what you're
classy.
saying,
You give it
now
all away.
please clarify this to me. Xbox One and PS4, can I not play an Xbox 360 game or a PlayStation 3 game
yeah,
on
that is
you?
correct. I'm the only console that likes it in the back, likes to go for the Wii games. If you got an old game sitting around, I'll try that
Why
out.
do you want to
Still
live
play
in
it.
the past? Tell me that now. Why don't you want something fresh and new and sexy?
Exactly.
Okay?
Why can't you hold on to those things that are beautiful and that you loved before? It's not all about the new and the sparkly. Sometimes
It
those
is.
experiences that we know are good are things to go back to.
All right.
Oh dear.
You know,
Also, backdoor.
these consoles are such a big purchase. It's not always all about the games. We've talked a bunch about the games here, but let's say, I've just got home from a long day of work. I'm real tired. I can barely find the energy to pour myself a glass of milk. I just can't handle playing games right now, but I want to be entertained. Let's go down the line here. What are you offering?
Well, let me tell you from this handily prepared note. that
I see you
have here.
came prepared.
I do. So, sure, I might not have DNLA, I believe it is, that the Xbox One has. I can't access the media servers. Let's get that out of the way now. I'm going to admit that, okay?
So if I have a bunch of videos on my computer I want to watch on my TV, you can't help me out.
I can't help you out, but unlike the Xbox, I won't charge you if you want to Hulu. So if it's an Epix night of Netflix that you're after, and you want an iPlayer that rolls with the big dogs, PS4 is the only way to HBO Go. Bam!
Puntacular
Bam!
yet again!
Drop the mic. Bam!
You really want to hear that all night.
Hey, listen, I'm making a lot of
Okay.
claims. Hulu Plus, HBO Go, Netflix. What about
No
you,
paywall.
Xbox One?
No paywall.
We need that
Hold on,
because we have features.
did you say no paywall on the PS4 at all for any of that? Because I thought the PS4 had you have to get in some PlayStation Plus
You
to
want
get
to go on Netflix? Do you have to pay? No. On Xbox One, do you have to have Xbox Live Gold? Yes.
Yeah, then
You're going to want
Netflix is-
Xbox Live Gold anyway to play all the other amazing games online that we have to offer. You're going to have that anyway. Let's make this a serious conversation. You have to invest if you want to have a good time with me. I'm not cheap. I don't do any of those backdoor shenanigans. I don't give it all away for nothing. We like to go Dutch. You give us some money, and you have a whole slew of apps. I mean, you're talking about watching videos on end. You don't even have to do anything. People give you the content on its own. I mean, all those times people are saying, Xbox, record that. It's all those epic moments. Why don't you go and check them out? They're all online. They're on the cloud. You can edit it yourself super easily on your console and upload them and then watch everybody else's content. It's so easy. You can also chat with your friends if you just feel like being chatty. It's basically like sexting.
Dude,
Exactly.
How
See-
is that voice chat working out for you? How's the old Connect there? That thing that used to be, the thing you had to have with the console that suddenly you decided was pretty balls and no one actually wanted, and you took it out.
We are very experimental, and we are so interested in trying new things because, hey, we're fun and young and cool. unlike you guys.
All right. Let's
Yeah,
cool
so
out with the
cool.
ad hominem attacks here.
So that's the other thing, is that these guys are experimental. They are going to try out lots of exhibitionist type stuff. They like to show off on Twitch and see everybody playing.
Yeah.
Xbox One, PS4, if you want to show off to other people, that's where you can go for those. But for the Wii U, there's no Twitch integration. We keep that all personal. We keep that inside. That's all private time between me and you, Chris. When you're playing a game, you don't have to worry about other people watching you with an Xbox camera, which I think the government is looking into where that's going. You don't have to worry about going into a playroom, seeing some weird shenanigans.
Chris, don't hide
Hey,
that
man, that
body.
happened once.
Show it off. Show off that hot bod.
On the Wii U.
One of these nice, sexy connects.
We're
Imagine.
private, keeping it private. And I still also have all of that TV functionality, all that Netflix. If you're on your couch and you don't want to reach for that controller, you have the Wii U right next to you. You can use your Wii U as a controller. You can use it as a second screen for your TV.
The second screen, you have that in the Nintendo, in the Wii U controller, the tablet, of course. Well, it's not really a tablet. You got the.
It's not a tablet.
It's the best of both
it's
worlds.
a piece of plasticky crap that no
is
one
a
likes.
But you've all. Let's just even the playing field here for a second. You've all got Netflix, HBO Go, Hulu Plus. Some folks in the Twitch chat actually saying PS4 that Xbox One no longer does require gold.
Does it not?
for
I
those
apologize.
apps. So
I apologize.
let's just
Fair
try to
enough.
keep it above board here.
Fair enough.
But price point is a consideration. These things cost a bunch of money. So I'm going to start on the end here with you, Wii U. How much is it going to cost me to take you home?
That's the thing, is in this tight package with a big two-handed controller that you're going to grab onto, only $300. I'm a bargain. And not that $300 for, and that's the standard one. I mean, it's Black Friday coming up, so you're going to be able to probably get a pretty good deal on an Xbox or on a Wii U with some bundled games. But for $300, you get Nintendo Land, super fun game that just has a lot of party games with it, and you're probably going to get an extra game along with it. One of the ones that's going around now, Super Mario 3D World. That's a can't-miss title for anyone's collection.
All right, Wii U, enticing. Xbox One.
I mean, there's no doubt we are the king of sales. We know when it's time to hit, and November 2nd is our time. We're talking $150 off this bad boy right here. Plus, if you want to get a bundle, not only will we throw in 3 awesome games, but we even customize your console just for the personal touches that we like to make. That way you can dress for the occasion. You can wear the exact console for the way it fits your mood. You want an Xbox Unity console? We got you covered. It'll come with Unity. It'll come with, I think it even comes with a dance game that nobody cares about. And it comes with another Assassin's Creed game. And it's beautifully white. So fancy. We have other ones. We have a Halo Master Chief Collection bundle. Comes with all the games. And it's Halo-fied. It's all green and sexy. It'll match all your everything, your eyes. It's beautiful.
Wow.
And we have it all.
None of this screams desperation to me at all.
Yeah,
Sounds
it
a
does.
little-
It seems pretty
Little bit.
desperate.
I'm just saying it sounds a little pricey. How much are these bundles going to run me?
$350. You got that. It's like $50 more. Who gives? That's like nothing. If you don't have $50, you can't even date me anyway.
But then there's also the Xbox Live Gold is another $50.
Sure. Yeah,
For a
you know,
year?
like you don't have to start out with that though. Why don't you ease on into it, babe? That's how they get you. On date 1, it's just a little bit, and then bam, we need more money. But that's how it goes. And that's totally what you get. You invest in a high quality product, you get the best games possible.
Aggressive.
I would way rather
I like
spend
it.
$50.
But the Wii U is up front at the beginning. There are no hidden costs, no extras going along with that.
Yeah, there's no good games.
What about you, PS4?
Well, certainly, I'm more expensive than the Wii U, but I'm the same price as the Xbox One for the most part.
What does that mean for the most part? I like
do
people.
we-
I like when you're direct with me here.
Okay, I'm going to be direct with you, right?
Yeah.
So we have very similar bundles, okay? So you can get yourself this sweet white PS4 with Destiny, and I believe you have to excuse me, I think it's $350. I'm from the UK.
Fair
I'm
enough.
remembering UK pricing in my head, but I believe it's $350. And, there are other bundles you can get to. They're pretty sweet, but ultimately what you're getting with the PS4 above the Xbox One is something that you'd be proud to have on display in your home, okay? You'd be proud to have this out, okay? You'd be proud to be part of PS Plus, which gives you awesome free games every month. $50 a year for Xbox One, what do you get? The shittiest, oldest games ever. What do you get with PlayStation Plus? Awesome indie games you can't get anywhere else. You got Bioshock Infinite, okay, on PS Plus, like real recently, okay? this is the console to invest in.
That's impressive. That's
Okay.
that's quite a tempting
What, that
offer
doesn't
there.
scream desperation? You might as well call that the compensator. This is the one.
Let's be real here. All three of you are desperate to get my money, otherwise you wouldn't be here on the couch. But when I invest in a console, I want it to have a future. You know, this is an investment. We're forming something that's going to last for years. What are your plans for 2015?
All right, well, I've got one for you here. So, unlike the Xbox One, my future isn't uncharted. If you want a Final Fantasy inside your No Man's Sky, pick me and I'll be sure to win your Kingdom Hearts. I.e., I have loads of great games.
Okay,
I have
alright, yeah.
loads of great
The
games
last one,
You're
the
a
Kingdom
on
Hearts.
this
Baby.
console, okay?
Well, next, all right. Some highlights for next year from the PS4, Xbox One. What's coming up
we
for you?
have them. If you're looking for exclusives, we got it. And we're going to start with the one that everyone already knows about, and it's awesome, Halo 5. It's coming. Everyone's excited about it. If you're not, nobody cares about you, and your family doesn't even like you. That's the one. We also have Quantum Break coming out. I mean, it's massive. These are
Quantum
massive,
Break. No one
massive
cares about
titles.
Quantum
Everyone
Break.
cares. Fable Legends, Scalebound. I mean, you're talking about like when next year hits, we have the games that are going to make people super jelly. They're going to want this console because if you don't have those games, nobody cares. But people want these games.
Yeah, they're going to make you jelly, just like when you grab onto something and it turns to jelly, because that's how I feel about most of those games.
Good one.
Halo 5. The developer of the Halo franchise has already moved on to Destiny. They're making a cool game over
Yep.
there. 343, proven. And hey, Sony over there, you're
Hey man,
the
what about the
console-
order? What about the order, okay?
You're the console of broken promises. How long have I been waiting for The Last Guardian? How long have you been telling me I'm going to get that? I'm still
Deliver.
We've
We're-
delivered some amazing games in the meantime.
Liar.
Now, so I like to be a little secretive, Chris. I don't like to blow it all at once. You're going to get a lot of those other games. You can play them anywhere. You can play them on PC. Probably still going to be able to play them on PS3 and 360 next year. The only place you're going to be able to play some of the Nintendo games, it was on Wii U. And I've already been talking about this a little bit. There's going to be a Zelda in 2015. There's going to be a
This
Star
make
Fox.
believe Zelda.
No, there's going to be a Wii U Zelda. I'm experimenting with some new stuff I haven't tried before, and that's a shooter from Miyamoto's team, not from him directly, but from some of the guys who've been studying under him. He's going to be making a shooter, first time ever, called Splatoon. That's going to be something worth trying out. I mean, that's not something I do a lot of, but for you, for 2015, I can make that happen.
All right.
And there's always going to be a lot of surprise. I mean, I'm full of surprises. That's early 2015. Just wait till the late game. Who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah, lame ass Mario port.
I haven't even been talking about baseball yet. Mario Baseball.
Bring back all your classics. Why don't you hold on to those for dear life?
Oh, you
Yeah,
can get
God,
onto
man.
those
Talk about
classics.
nostalgia,
Yeah.
okay? Jeez.
Get out of here,
all
old
right.
man River.
Yeah, Lord of Nostalgia here.
I think we're getting a little chippy here. I think like we don't want to go full System Wars here. We're going to try to keep it like.
Make your choice.
I think I just want to give you guys one final chance to make your pitch to me, the prospective consumer, and to all of our viewers out there in the studio audience. Wii U, start with you.
You know, if we ever went on a perfect date, it would probably start with some Mario Kart 8. I would take you through the Mushroom Kingdom. We'd end up on the Rainbow Road, see some nice stars. Then we'd go out for some nice drinks. I get a little bit rowdy when I drink. I think a brawl might break out, some kind of a super brawl, but I would take care of them because I would just smash those guys. And eventually, I think I might be able to find a little Pikachu.
Oh my.
And I definitely know where to find the little pink guy.
That
on you.
is an adorable little figurine right there
In the
that you
boat.
have. Sounds romantic.
Better than mine.
Xbox One, make your pitch.
I mean, when it comes to
Comes.
the nice.
Wii U, shut it
That's
down.
it.
Just shut it down.
I'm
over
done.
there.
When it comes to the finest high-end console, I have everything you're looking for. You're not going to find anything else you don't need. And when you want that sweet, hot Master Chief to check you out, he'll be right there for you. When you want to ride in the finest cars, Forza is there for you. You want to shoot some mothers right in the dome because you just feel like it and you had a bad day.
Sure.
Titanfall is there for you. And when you just want to coast along and ride with your buddies by your side, Sunset Overdrive is there for you. Xbox One is there, and it is hot and ready.
Wow, that was soothing, and then it ended with a little spicy kick.
That's how we
That
do
got
it.
weird.
Good,
That's how we do it.
my goodness.
That's my thing.
PlayStation 4.
Well, I'm infamous for quickly getting into the flow of things, but I've got the knack for securing some great exclusives. I'm not one for rhyme, so if you make sure we're The Last of Us here tonight and take me home, I guarantee we'll be up until dawn.
Oh my. Wow. That was is it it's warm in here?
It's hot.
It's just all right. Well, 3 consoles, 3 appealing suitors for you, me, this holiday. I just don't know how I'm going to choose. I mean, I would choose a Wii U. I already have the 2 Xbox One and PS4. Just sorry. I mean, thanks for coming. We're
You
already.
just made the whole thing pointless.
Yeah.
Are you going to make out with me now? I mean,
And that's the show, ladies and gentlemen. A big round of applause for Justin Haywald as the Wii U, Mary Kish as the Xbox One, and Mark Walton as the PS4. Thank you all for watching. If you have any questions about these individuals' console loyalties, they were paid to promote each of these consoles for this show, but there's plenty more information on each individual console on GameSpot.com. Be sure to check it out. Thanks for joining us here on The Lobby, as you do every, which camera am I even looking at? Oh, as you do on every 2 p.m. on Tuesday. And I got so flustered from this situation over here that I forgot to mention a giveaway that we're doing. The PlayStation Experience is a big event coming up in Las Vegas in just a few weeks, and we are going to offer you a chance to win tickets to go there. Go to GameSpot.com/PSE giveaway, and you can win the PlayStation Experience bundle. There are tickets to go to the PlayStation Experience. There's consoles. There's other things that are totally great. It's a pretty excellent package. Go to GameSpot.com/PSE giveaway to check it out. Enter to win. All you got to do is sign up. It's very easy. I believe you have to be 21 or older because it's Vegas, baby. But please check it out. Enter, and you could go. And with that, our episode of The Lobby comes to a close. I want to thank all you guys for coming on and participating in our dating show shenanigans. And thank all you for watching. Hope you have a happy Thanksgiving if you're here in these United States. And if you're elsewhere, just have a great week. Take care.